is Retro Plus, and today I'm going to be reviewing something a bit different. It's a Casio VL tone, also known as the VL-1. Comes with a pouch that you can keep it in when you're going places. It's quite a nice pouch. It's got a nice button here to keep it closed. And inside I can see someone's drawn it, and there's a small brown stain right there. God knows what that is. I hope it's corrosion from the battery tray. I can only hope. And here's the unit here. It's very small and compact. It's got a output jack and a 6-volt input. On the back it's got batteries. As you can see, batteries. Takes 4 AA's. That right there is a reset button for resetting. Tuning for because it's completely analog and it can go out of tune over time. And there's the information about the battery adapter and where it was made. Okay, so let's look at some of the sounds. So as some of you may know, this is not just a keyboard, it is also a calculator. It has a calculator feature which is quite unusual. You wouldn't expect a keyboard to have a calculator in it, but that's Casio for you. They did a lot of weird experimental stuff around the 80s, and clearly it worked out for them, because this is one of the most popular keyboards, but not for the calculator, but for the rhythm, which we will get onto. I'll show you that after the instruments. Okay, so let's turn it on. This is how you turn it on. Turn it to the left. Okay, so instrument 1 is piano. It only has about 6 instruments. Technically 5, or technically infinite actually, because it's got a synthesizer feature. But yeah, this is the first instrument, piano. Basic modulated square wave, basically. Very simple sound. There's an octave switch, so you can change the octave, which is extremely useful. Very useful. If you want a bass sound, it's very good. Here, next instrument is fantasy. Very cool. Very mystical, I guess. It sounds pretty nice. It's very sustaining wave. Violin. Probably the instrument that sounds closest to what it's actually trying to be. I like putting it up high. Very nice. Flute is next. Could also be a clarinet. Or up high, it's nice up high as well. Next is guitar, which does not really sound like a guitar. Low down it sounds like a bass though, not a guitar bass or a bass guitar, but an electronic bass. Sounds pretty nice. And last instrument here, ADSR, which stands for Attack, Decay, Sustain, and Release. This lets you make your own envelope. It lets you modify your own envelope using the calculator feature. It's very in-depth and requires a lot of learning, because you have to enter in numbers to create the sound. Unlike a synthesizer, we have lots of knobs where you can turn them and it instantly makes the sound. With this, it's you have to enter in the numbers, hit a button here, go back, and then look at your sound, which is a clunky system. But it's impressive that they included a feature like that in a keyboard this cheap and small in the 1980s, which is incredible. So this is a preset that I've made. It's a you can use vibrato to make it like go up and down, like arpeggiate, and you can change the tempo, and you can make some incredible sounds on this. Like, it really is pretty impressive for such a primitive keyboard. Really is good. It's really fun as well. Perfect for on the go synthesizing. This is very small. And I said I was going to show you the rhythm. I'll show you that now. Okay, so rhythm 1. Hit the button there, the rhythm button. Here we have march. Now this keyboard can only produce blips and beeps, so obviously it's not going to be the best, but this keyboard is famous for it, so yeah, and I do happen to quite like these drums. They are very analog and nice, and they've been featured in many songs such as Da 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 and a few others, but mainly Da Da Da. That was the main iconic song for this keyboard. And there's many time signature. There's many rhythms in different time signatures. This is the signature one. Very nice, good rhythm. Rock 2. Let's get it focused. Here you go. Okay, and bossa nova. They all sound more or less the same because there's like 3 noises. There's the noise wave that goes psh, and there's the high blip and that low blip basically. But they do it still sounds pretty nice. This is a Roomba. And Beguine, or however you pronounce that. So yeah, that's basically it for all of the rhythms. What else? Oh yes, the calculator feature. Okay, let's switch to that. I have to be careful not to turn it off here. There you go. So what will happen when you switch to the calculator is it will bring a 0 on the screen, much like a normal calculator would. And if I can zoom in here, so there's numbers here, all along there. These are when you click them, they act like a normal calculator would. So there's some basic times tables here. So 12 times 100 equals 1200. As expected, works like a calculator would. But here's where the cool feature is, the synthesizer feature that everyone likes about this keyboard. You can I've forgotten how to do it properly. It's kind of confusing, but basically you type in a number, any number basically, like that. Then you hit this button, I think, and it will save it into memory. Then you switch to ADSR. Yeah, that doesn't sound that does not sound good. But I'll try again. This time I just put another random set of numbers. It's pretty fun to just put a random set of numbers in and see what it sounds like. That's the same, okay. Okay, after about half an hour of tutorials, I finally figured out how to make a sound. Okay. This is just one that I just made. Let me try showing you how to make one now. Okay, so you switch to calculator mode, enter in a random number. Doesn't have to be random, you can go by the special graph. You have to click this to erase the previous one, very important step. Then hit memory and it will store this number into memory. Go back to play, make sure it's on ADSR. And it will play your sound. Nice. Okay, let me try one more sound. That one, yeah. There you go. This one's just quite like that one actually. Quite a good bass sound. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much the capability of this keyboard. It's pretty advanced once you get into the synthesizer controls. You can control things like you can control all of the ADSR, but there's also tremolo and vibrato that you can do as well, and you can change the speed with the tempo. I'm pretty sure I showed you that though. And yeah, it's a fun keyboard. I really like it actually, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. It's fun, and there's a few more there's like some other features, like a record feature and a one play button feature, but that's self-explanatory. You record a little melody, and it'll do this. You can basically play it through these two buttons here, or you can press autoplay and it'll play it for you, which is cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. Tune in next time and I'll try and make a song with it using Ableton Live, and I think that'll be pretty fun. I'll add some effects, make it really spacey and cool. Yeah, thank you for watching. This has been Retro Plus, and goodbye.